Welcome to Critical Thinking and Practical Reasoning. We are in Unit 2 Varieties and Anatomy of Argument, Session 5 detailing in on techniques for understanding argument. This session has the aim to follow up the two steps in order to understand an argument, identify premises in longer arguments, and identify conclusion in long arguments. We aim to also differentiate between argument and window dressing. Every argument has two parts, which has been already taught in the previous sessions where we discussed arguments at first, and they include premises and what conclusion. A good argument is one that has a logical connection between the premises and the conclusion. So if the premises are giving good grounds for you to accept the conclusion, then we can consider it as a good argument. So we actually make argument to prove a case, to lure people, to convince them to accept a position we try to send across. So if you have a premise supporting a conclusion well enough, then you may have a good argument. The premises support the conclusion, and the conclusion is sometimes derived from the premises. You should know that window dressing refers to the situation where non-argumentative materials characterize a piece of writing or speech. So window dressing almost looks like an argument when they actually not an argument. It's just like dressing a door with a curtain, dressing a doorway with a curtain, trying to make people think there's no door there. Meanwhile, there is a door there. And that idea is a concept of window dressing. In critical thinking, it is used here to make people think a list of statements may qualify as an argument. Meanwhile, they are not an argument. So, window dressing could come in the shape of reports, explanations, descriptions, historical accounts, or mere sentimental expressions. I know these ones are not old concepts to you. They are actually new. They are not new concepts. They are old concepts. So reports are basically not arguments. Explanations are not arguments. Descriptions are not arguments. Historical accounts are not arguments. And also sentimental expressions are not arguments. No matter how long and windy they may be, they do not qualify to be arguments. A good a good way to settle the issue of argument and non-argument is to find out if the list of statements have any logical or supportive connection to a major claim, that is the conclusion. Also, premise and conclusion indicators, you can see them on page 20 to 21, could help one easily settle the issue of argument. Let's check them out. This is a repeated slide from the old slides. You could see we've already discussed the premise and conclusion indicators. These are key things that will help any of you to spell out what is an argument and what is not an argument. These indicators draw links between premises and what conclusion. So do well to familiarize yourself with them and understand them. It will help you settle the issue of argument and non-argument easily. This session has enlightened students on the difference of argument and window dressing. Students need to understand that not any list of statements pass as an argument. Thank you for having you today. We'll meet another time. Bye.